Our guest is from Madison, Wisconsin, and she is known because she is very friendly and also she is passionate in cooking. She moved to America from the Philippines, considering that she is poor and coming from a big family. She is now working hard to give the needs of the family. She is Lazarina Jimenez Karns. She retired 2 months ago as resident care supervisor at Central Wisconsin Center. She came to America as the mail order bride. What are the challenges she faced being one, and what are his secrets to have a better life? I would like to remind the viewers to click on the subscribe and the bell button so you get a notification every time a video is released. This is Jeanette Jordy at Global Inspiration, where you need to be seen, need to be heard, and be an inspiration to the world. Friends, let's welcome to the show Lazarina Jimenez Karn.
Thank you for having me in World Inspiration. I would be glad and happy to distribute my experiences in America and plus my family.
Tell us more about yourself, Larry. You've been here for 35 years. You've been married for 35 years. And can you share more about yourself?
I came from the island of Bohol, which is Central Visayas and Philippines, from a big family with 11 siblings. I have eight brothers and three sisters. I am married with a loving and caring American and have three grown-up children, and then they are boys.
Yeah.
My first son is married a Filipina and with two beautiful daughters. My second son is married to a Filipina with a one son. And my third son is single, and right now he's going to college and looking for a Filipina too.
Yeah.
I graduated in Bachelor of Science in Agriculture, major in Animal Husbandry. And right now I'm staying in United States with my husband.
Okay. So you actually came from a big family. There are like 12 of you brothers and sisters. So can you share with us what are the advantages and disadvantages coming from a big family?
I could notice that a big family is always happy. There is such such us there. We tease each other, giggling and laughing and each other. So there is always a teamwork, helping with assigned task, sharing, and then the elders are teaching, inspiring, giving us praying, and then like there's a multiple of love between to everyone, and we look each other, what they are wanted to have help or they need to have help, and then the we could also like notice that the cost of food is clothing, education, and others are high. Money is limited to and budgeted, and then like really crowded and the noise, and then there is the jealousy and conflicts fighting, and then I could see them like if they could not get along, they just like running and fighting. It's like, but I think that's the fight is like a lovingly fight, but it's just too much. Towards as we grow older, some cannot get along, like fighting, arguing, and stop talking to each other. So right now we have like kind of problem too for a big family.
Yeah. Having a bigger family has advantages and disadvantages. And in every relationship, whether you have two or three brothers and sisters compared to you have 12 siblings, there are times that it will test our convictions and our strengths and our relationship per se. But we love our brothers and sisters. You graduated college with a bachelor's degree of science in agriculture, major in animal husbandry. And you shared that some of your siblings have helped you in your education. Tell us more about this, Larry.
Janet, there is saying that poverty is not the hindrance of success, and all things are possible for God. My father had handled a business before, and then we have a big flood and typhoon was occurred in country in 1964, and then like he got a business, big business, and then like it goes down. So my father doesn't like. It's like he was so frustrated and he doesn't like to do that business anymore, and so we went down. So and we don't have much money, and my mother was a plain housewife. And then because of that, my parents cannot send us to college. Since our older brothers and sisters went to school as working student, as university to finish their studies. They studied and worked hard until they are successful and had a job. And with the help of my two sisters, they sent me to college, and I graduated in Bachelor of Science in Agricultural Husbandry. And after I graduated in college too, I tried to find job to help my younger sister. And then like so I did help with my when I worked in forestry.
You shared with me that you have a very interesting job as an interviewer of an ARI, or the Acute Respiratory Infection, an agency, an Australian agency. Correct? Tell us more about that, Larry.
I was an interviewer in ARI. An ARI means is an acute respiratory infection funded by World Health Organization and an Australian International Development Assistance Bureau. And I was one of the interviewer, and then we go to the rural areas and interview in different barangays and towns in its and to with the mothers having children from ages 0 to 5 years old with an acute infection. This job was hard, but I like it. Hard because I encountered experiences of so many different people's on their behaviors, and then like their body language, like it's not really like like when they look at us, is just like something like mad or whatever, and their attitude too. And I also encountered the poorest families and observed mothers delivering babies leaning and without leaning, and then also like wrapped around their bodies. So they kind of like asked me, "Are you a midwife?" And then I said no. And then like she said like, so when I look at them, like I felt like so much compassion and pity, and then I began to do. When I go home, it's just like I'm just thinking about to donate used clothes to them, because it's just like I feel sorry, so much. They are not, and then after that, like they kind of make friends with me, and then they are really good to me and tried to remorse something too.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing your experience being an interviewer. When you say you felt compassion and pity to the kids, it only shows that you have a big heart. You're always thinking of your brothers and sisters who needs our help. You share with me that in high school, your ambition was to go abroad and marry an American. Tell us more about this, Larry.
When I was in high school, I told my oldest sister, Manang, I want to go to abroad, but I don't have money to kind of to go there. And then it's like, I want to marry an American. And then it's like, that's my ambition. And then have a 12 kids and a beautiful mixed race. But it's like, that's, my sister encouraged me to say, oh, that would be like, you can get that one if you have an ambition. So I was so excited. And um, by this means of communicating from foreign countries, and then I was decided to publish my name in the Cherry Blossom Club. But in another side, there was one of my best friend. I remember that her name is Judy. Secretly published me into an international friendship club. So there was a lot of mails or letters from my pen pals, and then I saw like probably I could count it's 28 pen pals, and but I only maintain good 8 good ones, and from all of them, I selected one. I kind of like to be my husband. Is the only Jeff is my husband, and he's the only Catholic in religion. And my father liked him because, as he told me, he looks like a missionary. So, and then at the time, I had a hard time of finding money for postage. So my oldest sister caught me sometimes crying to find money to pay my postage and mail to all my pen pals from abroad all over the world, and help me pay the mailing expenses too. That's my oldest sister is really very like kind of like looking for me so much, and she said like I can help you for expenses. And then I said, no, I don't want to depend you all the time. I want to like I'm thinking about a restaurant, putting a restaurant in front of my house, just only like for the student, because in front of my house there's a school above there, and then like the student come to eat, and then like it's only open from 9, and then I have a money for miscellaneous expenses for my schooling, and plus my um what's like for my meals or expenses like for mailing.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing that, Larry. You have, I would say, an overwhelming experience as far as correspondence with men all over the world as your pen pal, and your older sister is supporting you when it comes to postage and supporting you morally too. So you've been married with Jeff, your husband, also your pen pal before, for 35 years. But my question is, how long were you writing to each other before you got married?
We were writing for 5 years as a pen pal, and then like right now we are been in marriage for 35 years. It's like back in the olden days, we do not have a computer that's easy access for communication. That's like letters and packages where it takes too long to reach the destination. It takes many days to reach my place on a long distance words. Takes week to home to come or whatever. However, um, it's really hard, like kind of lonely. That's like it's to wait the letters, and then like, and then pan when it comes, like, oh, I have a letter. I'm so excited to come to get that letters. So in 1986, Jeff told me that he's coming to visit and marry me, and we had a wedding in St. Joseph Cathedral on July 26th of 1986.
You are, I would say, your experience with Jeff. Had your friends and had the community stereotype you as the mail order bride? How do you feel about that, Larry?
For me, I would not think any negative thoughts. If someone could call me a mail order bride, it's really common to every woman who married American or even men, foreigners to reach their purpose or ambition. But you just be careful and takes time to decide if he is the right man for you or for me. But the thing is like we've been communicating for 5 years, and then I kind of like know him very well, and I pray all the time that he is my right man.
Yeah, 5 years is a long years to be communication, to be in a relationship. And you are lucky and blessed to marry Jeff because I've met Jeff, I talked to Jeff, and Jeff is a very warm and a kind person. So, being a mail order bride, you have encountered some challenges, and I would say not only mail order brides, but those people coming from a third world country moving to the most powerful country in the world. What are the challenges that you faced before, or maybe continues to face that now? What are the challenges, Larry?
When I first came in America, I had a hard time to understand when he spoke English to me. And he had a hard time of understanding what I am seeing too. And then my constructions and pronunciations, they're like, what did you say? And then I have to repeat so many times. So we consider just like we just a game, like this, like lapping each other, especially when he will correct me the pronunciations. And then like because speech is for me is less favorite. Really, I really when I spoke in front of the people, it's just like I praise, and also like but it's like sometimes it's kind of like follow up with him, and he's like he tried to teach me how to communicate, or like the proper pronunciation in English. And then for culture, we do not have any conflicts, so Jeff can understand any and in front what I saying to him. And then she has to follow. She just follow me what's I say to him. And then for food, at the beginning of year of marriage, and then when I first came in her, I was just like, oh, I wanna eat dried fish, and then I have to cook dried fish. And then he got mad, and then I said, that's too bad. My breath, I have a bad breathing. Like, so we had just like, okay, I stopped of that. And then I was like, but now, right now, he's adjusting, good use of the smell of the dried fish and the fish. So before he didn't like that. So you have this like culture, like the dress, and then he said, he said like, can you dress like a nice dress, like a sexy dress for you? I wanna see. Like he said, like, no, I am simple Filipino. He tried to convince me to wear miniskirt. Like, well, no way. That's not my ambition to do that. And then it's like it's just like I said, I'm not fond of wearing dress. So it's many of our like challenges in our marriage, but it's just like we understand each other.
Yeah. Yeah, thank you for sharing that, Larry. When you shared with the viewers what are the challenges when you move to America, I experienced the same as far as language, culture, especially the food, because I love to eat dry fish. And it is good that my second husband now doesn't is not bothered that I am cooking dried fish inside the house, and not your typical Filipinos that they have to cook dried fish outside of the house. Yeah. So you have been in America for 35, more than 35 years. And I can say that you have a better life here compared to your life in the Philippines. Can you give us three reasons why your life in America is better, or why are you enjoying your stay in America?
I love America because there are lots of opportunities, such as like education, health, and job. The standard of schooling here is surely my children will receive a good education and can attend college with offer scholarship and tuition fee. And then like whatever they want to go for school or ambition, in any ambition to be a doctor, whatever, they have their scholarship, or they have we can do a loan for student. For health, I will be positive that we can receive a very best treatment in America, and care that you should need it in yourself when you are sick. So how about the job? The job can be found in anywhere, wherever we go, and whatever type of job you like, you can easily find over here.
Those are the reasons why you love staying in America. I understand when you first moved to America, it's not Madison. You were in a different town. What made you move from that town to Madison?
Because my husband moved, he got a job in correction and Dean County at Oak Hill Correctional Institute as sergeant, and then rather than driving so far, we just find a place here to live close to Madison.
Understand you retire as a supervisor from CWC or a resident care supervisor, and you used to work with Central Wisconsin Center. Tell us more about that, Larry.
Central Wisconsin Center, this is a long-term residential services to assist people with intellectual disabilities and acquiring the personal skill to reach their highest potential. So as I was a resident care supervisor, and I supervise in AORCT. I work at night, and I monitor staff and residents or patients who lives there. At night, I'm doing rounds from buildings to buildings and check its individual residents' breathing, and then like we have to check the positioning if it is in the right positioning, the application of wages and chair time, and then like cares if they change or not, like, and then I do the staffing, filling the staffing, receiving the call ends, and documenting, disciplining, and checking staff what they are doing.
You are known in Madison area because you make us laugh. You give us jokes and we laugh, and you're so known in Madison for accommodating warm accommodation to your friends and your passion in cooking. You value friendship. What is in that relationship, friendship relationship, that you think is important or you value?
Most of my friends like their quality, they're trustworthy. I can trust with him or her, or they are dependable, and I can rely on them, and then they are kind and generous.
Thank you for sharing that, Larry. And I appreciate you sharing your life, your family, your marriage, and your career. Now, my last request from you is to share with the viewers your thoughts based on your experience in life.
If you have courage and confidence in your life, uh, whatever plans, you can be successful in any means. So I think that's the only way that I can tell you. Yeah.
And I appreciate you being the guest of Global Inspiration. And I salute you and Jeff for lasting more than 35 years. This is Jeanette Jordy at Global Inspiration, where you need to be seen, need to be heard, and be an inspiration to the world.